Well, the temperatures are cooling off, but the sun is still shining, and that makes for perfect football weather in the city of Pittsburgh at Acrisure Stadium. Straight ahead, we've got a pretty good one on tap here, as it'll be the Indianapolis Colts taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers. Alongside my broadcast partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and as we look at this matchup, every time there's something different to focus on. So I'll just ask you, what do you see here in this one?
Well, Rembrandt, you've given me a pretty blank canvas to focus on, haven't you?
Yeah.
Where do you think I'm going to go with this?
Oh, secondary?
You know me well, right? In a game like this, it's always about the secondary. Can they handle the passing attack and make a few plays?
The kicker, Chris Boswell, has it ready to go, and we are underway from Pittsburgh. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. And a look here at the veteran under center, their 7th-year quarterback.
And he gets a clean slate and a competition in his new spot in Indianapolis. Obviously trying to eliminate some bad habits he picked up in New York. But after a brief pit stop in Minnesota, this gives him a chance to continue the trend of veteran quarterbacks who have a chance to excel with a fresh start and a new team.
They'll run. This is Jonathan Taylor. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Gets around him. And this is going to be a Colts first down as the tackle made at about the 43-yard line.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does. It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
First and 10, Taylor now. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That good for 22 and a first down.
That's another Colts first down. A gain of 22 yards. First down, Colts.
Good, strong, explosive run that started inside, which means you've got to control those defensive linemen, the defensive tackles, the nose guards. Those guys have to be controlled. How about the offensive line, the job they just did?
Yeah, key that A-gap usually on those runs, right?
That's where it all starts because everyone wants to kind of control that area. It disrupts things from the defensive side and the offensive side. As we just saw, it opens up possibilities.
A nice gain there to his trusty tight end, and now it's got them thinking opening drive touchdown here as they get into the red zone.
And in most cases with your tight end, you feel like you've got a mismatch no matter who's covering him. Is it a small cornerback? Is it a linebacker who may not run as well? In any event, whatever you see, you think that tight end can win that battle.
That'll go for a gain of 7, and it'll be second down.
I don't care what sport you're playing. Everyone likes to build up a little momentum, don't they? And look at this, back-to-back completions to the big target at tight end.
That one not as profitable as the other, but still a decent gain. Now Jones. Looking for Pearson. He's got him. Touchdown, Indianapolis. 8 yards on the touchdown pass. And the Colts are on the board first here this afternoon. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle third of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
Michael Badgley on for the extra point. And this is good to make it 7-0 Indy. So the drive there took 6 plays. And it was capped off by a touchdown catch from Alec Pierce. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. So out come the Steelers now for their first drive. They'll be led out by their highly decorated quarterback, Aaron Rodgers.
Almost certainly a future Hall of Famer, and he's still seeking the storybook ending to his career. But he had patience, looked around, took his time before choosing his team, and boy, are they glad that he did, because he still has a lot of juice left despite being 41 years old. Finishing the top 10 in passing yards last season with nearly 4,000 yards and touchdowns as well with 28.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
2nd and 10. Play action. Now it's Rodgers. He completes it to Wilson. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 23 yards the pickup there.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Warren will try the right side. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down.
Well, it's almost football 101 that you preach to your safeties. Don't let anyone get behind you. You're the last line of defense. But he didn't let the play come to him. He went to the play. How about that read and recognition and finishing off that one behind the line of scrimmage?
To throw is Rodgers. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
One thing I have learned, receivers don't mind high throws so much to the sideline, but do that over the middle to them, and not only are the DBs going to throw a little verbal trash their way, when they get back to the huddle, they're going to have a few words to say to their QB, aren't they?
Yeah, hung out to dry a little bit there on the high throw. Luckily fell incomplete. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag is down. This could possibly be a push-off. So since that last play got nothing, they'll go ahead and decline the penalty, and that forces a 4th down situation. On 4th down, Corliss Waitman on to punt. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. Second drive coming up here for the Indianapolis Colts. They have to be thrilled with that first drive that got them the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know, they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents.
Run with Taylor to begin the drive. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
That's a play to take note of there for the defense. I think in the future, if you're going to try and block him, maybe you get a guard to help double team him and try and steer him out of the play. They should have done it on that snap.
Throwing Jones. Over the middle, hauled in by Pierce. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Well, as a coach, you absolutely love seeing your offense find their rhythm early, and that's exactly what we've seen so far. They had a touchdown on their opening drive, and now they connect here for another nice gain for a first down. This offense is moving the ball well, exactly as he drew it up in practice.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he'll slide to a halt here. Still a little shy of the first down marker. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy, because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well, what we call those broken plays? You can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
Let's one go downfield for Pierce. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down.
Now that's a good bounce back after giving up a touchdown on the opening drive. Just 1 first down permitted and then out. Obviously no loss of confidence with that defense, and now they get to turn it back to their offense.
As Sanchez on to punt here as he sends this one away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Steelers are going to take over 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their second offensive possession. The last series for them, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive, 1st and 10. The first carry now. This is Johnson. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Rodgers going to throw. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now Rodgers. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is out of bounds, able to get it across the 20-yard line. First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a first down.
And that's a much-needed completion right there on 3rd down. Really a sigh of relief, isn't it? They're backed up deep. You know they don't want to give the ball back to the other guys. A great field position. They needed that throw, that completion, that first down.
Oh, they'll get this to Metcalf on the jet sweep. And this is not going to work as planned. He's going to be met and dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That's the danger, Charles, of running plays like this for your wide receiver. They can hit big or they can be duds.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that, because if they're forced to try and go around defenders behind the line of scrimmage, sometimes you can give yardage in order to gain it. But in this case, they gave yardage and didn't get it back.
They'll wind up getting 7 on the play. And it's 3rd and 4 now.
7 makes it 3rd and 4.
Rodgers now to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And the Steelers first down. 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. Quick throw there is incomplete.
offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earn a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
Now a 2nd and 10. Again, they'll throw with Rodgers.
Well, I think it's high time to get him some passes that he's comfortable with. Some easy throws, some completions. He's not even hitting the 50% thus far.
Certainly that has played a big role into why they are trailing right now. It's been a pretty long drive. This will be play number 9, and they need 10 yards out of it on 3rd. From the gun, it's Rodgers. Oh, he's going to go for it all. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Almost feels like anything you can do, we're going to try and match or do better. We've already seen one touchdown pass from the opposition. They tried to equal it on that throw.
4th down, Corliss Waitman now on to punt. This will be fielded at the 17. They'll call this a 41-yard punt, 7 on the return. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that can put your team in some jeopardy?
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. A gain of 8 there on the play. And that'll bring up a 2nd down in just a couple.
2nd and 2.
Back to throw. Jones. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
It's pretty early in the game, but they've already tried to establish him not just as a runner, but as a receiver as well. Didn't happen there, but I wouldn't be surprised at all to see them try again shortly.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Looking to throw. Jones. And he's got the 1st down yardage before he's brought down at the 42.
A gain of 9 yards.
9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
What is the deal? I'm gonna switch teams. What are you doing?
Well, they have certainly gotten him involved in this first half, and on 3rd down, they looked his way again. And what a delight for his quarterback to find him and keep the drive moving.
Left side, he finds Pierce. 0 hesitation that time. That was get ball, throw ball.
Yeah, turn into a smoke route. If you see the coverage off the receiver, doesn't matter whether you call it a run or not. Just take the ball, get it out to him.
2nd down and 4. They'll try the left side with Taylor. And good space to operate there as he takes this down inside the 35-yard line. 48 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the 1st quarter.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 34. Down the field, he's got Warren. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Tyler Warren, 33 yards. And the Colts are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead.
For a big tight end, he can sure move like a slot receiver when he gets a head of steam going. And as a defensive back, you've got a big decision to make when he's moving like that.
Badgley on for the extra point. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead.
14. Steelers.
That time a 6-play drive. And it culminates in an Indianapolis touchdown. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. Looking to put a drive together. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Miller. It's a gain of 13 for number 13, and it gives him a first down.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field, because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
Now run straight ahead with Warren. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
That felt like a trap, because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Second quarter action from Pittsburgh. It is the Steelers in control of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. They toss it to Warren. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. Only a yard there. Sniffed out well defensively, and it brings up 3rd.
Boy, that was certainly well-read defensively, and the key to any screenplay is space to work, and there was none to be found there, and they tackle him for just a short gain.
From the gun on 3rd down, Rodgers. That is incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
A 52-yard attempt.
Boswell's kick is good, and they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So that kick gives them their first points of the game, CD, and it comes on the 3rd drive, but hopefully for them that's a spark that gets that offense going.
Yeah, and I would say if you're the offensive play caller, as you look at your sheet, you're trying to find that part on there that unlocks bigger points. They've struggled with a few drives so far. Finally got 3 out of it. How do you find the end zone? That's what he's searching for now.
After the successful field goal try, here's Boswell to send it away. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. Here comes Jonathan Taylor and his teammates. He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable, and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals. Looking to put a drive together. He'll start with a give to Taylor. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 66 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
For a Colts, first down. 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Good push up front and that run in between the tackles.
Let's play the leverage game here. Offensive line just got lower than the defensive front, and they were able to get their pads on them and move them backwards and create space for their running back to roam.
That complete to Downs. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A 14-yard gain for Indianapolis and also move the sticks.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46. They run the jet sweep here with Pierce. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Cameron Hayward in on the tackle.
Let's just make this one succinct. Nice job there. All 11 guys on defense diagnosing the jet sweep and putting it down.
Here's 2nd and 10. Up the middle, here's Taylor. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. And now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. Off play action, Jones. They'll get this off to Taylor. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 5 yards, not enough, and it'll be 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked it down to force a 4th down?
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And the Steelers getting set and ready for their next possession. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Looking to put a drive together. Now it's Rodgers. Austin brings in the quick throw. And that's good for a gain of 6. And it'll be 2nd down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they've put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
A handoff for Warren. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
What an advantage having a elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
And the Steelers on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 3. That is caught. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. It's a 10-yard pickup, and that's enough to move the chains.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on third down, and they keep the drive going.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. On play action, it's Rodgers. That's complete to his tight end, Freiermuth. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it's 2nd down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a 1st down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a 1st down.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now a play fake. Rodgers. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a 2nd and just a few inches left.
Nice play call, a little bit of play action right there. If you can get those linebackers to freeze for just a split second, that's usually all the room you need in order to get it to your tight end.
Complete to Austin here over the middle. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Running left, it's Warren. And room there to work it inside the 25. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled him up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
From the 24 now, here's 2nd down and 2. Here's Rodgers to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Smith. That one good for 7 as this long drive continues and the chains move again.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
On the give, it's Warren. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets them up now 1st and goal.
Steelers, 1st down.
Interior of that line blocked really well on that run, but also the 2 tight ends, they blocked well too.
Not only have they scouted the line of scrimmage, with their agility, they can get upfield and hit moving targets like linebackers, defensive backs. They do a really good job helping out the running game.
Running game working, they'll stick with it on 1st down. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3.
This is a critical sequence here for this offense. Things really haven't gone their way so far. This could be their chance to get back into it, but they've got to find a way to punch this ball in.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Now Rodgers. And in for the Steelers touchdown. Pat Freiermuth from 3 yards out. And the Steelers have cut it back within a score.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury, and it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run, and he finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
Chris Boswell now for the extra point. And he's got it. That cuts the lead. It's now 14-10. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And it ends with the Steelers finding the end zone. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Colts taking the field again. Running back Jonathan Taylor at center stage. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the second quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. Now Jones throwing to start the drive. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
The coverage was good, but I just wonder if they absolutely fooled the quarterback on that play. I think he was expecting something else, ended up with nowhere to throw the football successfully.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Operating from the gun, Jones. Ball hit as he throws there, incomplete.
This defense has passed its first 2 tests by forcing back-to-back incompletions. They know there's probably another throw coming on 3rd down. Let's see if they decide to force the issue by sending people on a blitz.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Back to throw, Jones. He's got a man, complete. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. On 3rd and 10, they go flying past the marker and get nearly 40 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Jones. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 27-yard line.
That's good.
Give them 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
A gain of 11 on the play.
I can't be sure how much of that was planned pre-snap, but it certainly opens up some avenues for their offense. And if he can stay a threat to break off those kind of runs, it'll pull defenders away from coverage and open up some choice throwing lanes for him moving forward.
Back to throw now on first down.
It sort of looks like they stopped some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
Second and 10 now from the 27. Now Jones. And this will be swung out wide for Taylor. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 16. Another good reception there. The Colts on the march.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. Here's 2nd and 10. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. That's complete to his running back, Taylor. They get 6. That'll leave him with 3rd and 4.
It's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 4.
Operating from the gun, Jones. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. T.J. Watt, the All-Pro, in there to take him down.
Well, that's what they have to do more of defensively, not just getting sacks, but they have to keep getting in his face, not let him get his feet set and deliver. He's been carving them up previously.
Yeah, already has a couple of touchdown passes. About time they put a few grass stains on that jersey. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. This from 36 yards out. Badgley able to punch this one through. And that moves him up by a touchdown now at 17-10. Offensively, pretty good execution. Long drive, chews up the remainder of the first half clock, and they finish it off with 3 points.
And what's the best byproduct of the whole thing besides the fact that they got points on the board? They didn't leave the other team any time to mount a drive themselves.
So still time for the kickoff here. 1 second to go in the half as this one is away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25.
At their own 35-yard line.
A final shot beforehand for Rodgers. A short throw to Smith. Halftime coming up. Let's get you down to Orlando and our buddy Scott Hansen with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you for a quick halftime report. We'll let both sides catch their breath and get their orange wedges as we're going to get ready for the third quarter action. So let's go back out to the stadium as we rejoin our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Scott, thanks a bunch. And we'll see which team's adjustments are going to pay dividends here as we are just about ready for the start of the second half. One touchdown is the difference. 17-10 our score, and we are back underway on EA Sports. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Well, the Steeler offense ready to get going to begin this third quarter. And they do trail, but they have a chance to possess the football first to try and do something about it.
And that certainly makes it something of an important drive for them, because is it going to win the game? No, but you have to do something to bring some life to your sideline.
Looking to put a drive together. They'll start out here with a jet sweep. And that is not fooling anyone. He never had a chance to turn the corner there, and they'll go backwards right away. 2 yards the loss, second and 12.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on second and 12. Here's Rodgers. Complete. Smith has it. It'll go down as a gain of 6. And that'll lead here to a third down.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
Third down and 6. Working from the gun. Rodgers. He'll let it fly for Austin. That's caught inside the 20. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Calvin Austin, 69 yards. And the Steelers are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions, and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Boswell for the extra point. And he gets it to go, and we're all even, 17 apiece. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And in the end, a Calvin Austin touchdown grab finished the drive off. Nothing separating these two teams on the scoreboard as the kick's away here. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Here's the Colts now as they get ready for their first possession on offense of the second half. After that last touchdown we just saw, Charles, we got ourselves a brand new ball game, all tied here in the third as they have their first possession of this second half.
And Brandon, this drive is all about one word to me, and that's the word answer, because they're trying to answer the momentum the other offense picked up in tying the game, because not only if they score and they feel better about themselves, they'll retake the lead and maybe set the tone for the rest of the half, keeping them in the driver's seat.
And he's got Pierce. Yeah, they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
First and 10 at the 43.
They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. 16 more on that one and another first down. Got exactly what they wanted there out of the RPO and had the defense out of position.
One word for you there, excellent, because he read all the keys properly, made the right decision, and look at the result. Pretty substantial game.
They'll run the toss here with Taylor. That's just not fair, and now room to run. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. That's now 3 straight plays of over 15 yards and 3 straight first downs.
It's a gain of 17 yards. And a Colts first down.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.
Back to Taylor on first down. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. 106 yards rushing here for Taylor. He's got a first down.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
Throwing Jones. He'll check this one down to Taylor. Touchdown, Colts! Jonathan Taylor, a 1-yard touchdown reception. And the Colts have taken the lead. So this game tied at the half, but we are tied no more. A touchdown there on the opening sequence of this third quarter.
And what a great drive put together by their offensive coordinator. He had a plan, and they executed it almost to perfection, coming right out of the locker room. Now they're feeling good about their chances here in the second half.
Here's Badgley now to try to add the PAT. And they will take a 7-point lead now.
Makes the score Colts 24.
So that drive spanned 5 plays.
17.
And it was all finished off by the Jonathan Taylor touchdown catch. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. And able to get this out to the 25. This Pittsburgh offense led by Calvin Austin running back out. Pretty good game for him so far. I guess he's still got time here to make this a great game, but so far he's been solid.
I like where you're going with that because it has been pretty good. But there's always that hint that things can really escalate for him. And right now, they feel like they're somewhat keeping him in check, but he has found the end zone once. But, boy, he can explode at any moment.
Yeah, and when you hit that end zone once, you want to find it again, don't you?
Yes, you do.
Makes you hungrier.
You get greedy in a good way.
Now, a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. In motion, the tight end. To throw, it's Rodgers. Wilson's got it complete. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Wilson. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 5.
Third down, the Colts beefing up the secondary. 6 defensive backs in the game. Rodgers going to throw. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw him break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
The Steelers send out their punter now as he's on to kick it away. It'll be a net of 39, 41-yard punt, 2 on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Colts offense and running back Jonathan Taylor heading back onto the field. And as you take a look at the numbers, you have to imagine he was the topic of the halftime talk for this defense. We've got to find a way to slow him down. That's probably what they're saying. But nothing that they have done has worked so far. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Pierce. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
Brings up 3rd and 8.
Now the terrible towels in full force now as the Steelers get set to defend this 3rd and long. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
And that's a really good job there defensively. They went into this possession knowing that they needed to get a stop. They're in a tight ball game, and they got it done. Great work to force the 3 and out. Got the football right back for their offense. They've got to go to the sidelines feeling pretty good about themselves and encouraging their offensive mates to get some points.
On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Here's Austin. That'll be a 43-yard punt, but a net of just 33 following a 10-yard return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. On the run, it's Warren. The broken tackle couldn't create a ton of space. He'll be taken down just beyond the 35-yard line. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the 1st down. Now to be 4th and short.
The Steelers send out their punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. Now Jonathan Taylor and the Colts offense retakes center stage. He's up over 100 yards, and he'll be looking to get in the end zone again.
Has a tremendous nose for it, doesn't he? The ability to pile up yardage and find the end zone, that's the combination you want in your runner.
That's a combination any coach wants, and we'll see if he can find that end zone once more. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the 3rd quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
To throw again on 2nd down, Jones. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Here's Jones from the gun on 3rd down. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. T.J. Watt picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. He seemed to have a reasonable amount of time in the pocket, but he couldn't get rid of the football, and the end result, Charles, him on the ground.
Yeah, he's got to keep an internal clock to go along with his offensive line. When you're talking about 3, 4, 5 seconds, that's a reasonable amount of time to expect to deliver the ball downfield. So great to try and complete a pass, but it's equally important to know when to throw the football away, too.
Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez, standing right on his own 5-yard line. It's a 39-yard punt, 8 on the return. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line. From midfield, here's Rodgers. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
It's vitally important to wrap him up immediately, because if you let that big guy get ahead of steam up, boy, then you've got real trouble trying to get him down.
But they're able to hold him to a short gain on first down. From a couple of yards beyond midfield, here's 2nd and 8. To throw is Rodgers. Completes it to Austin. Trying to tiptoe the pylon, but they're going to say he stepped out at the 1-yard line. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. 47 yards. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. Warren is not going to get in. In fact, he'll lose a couple of yards back to the 3. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
And that loss of yards there is not just on him. It's on the guys blocking for him. I mean, they're supposed to create some type of space or at least get a stalemate. They end up letting them through, and they ended up tackling him for a loss.
2 of their 3 red zone trips so far, they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Throwing now is Rodgers. Touchdown! DK Metcalf from 3 yards out. And the Steelers are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. A nice connection there, finding his target, and that'll put 6 up on the board.
Just like they drew it up in their playbook and reiterated it on the sidelines, right? Perfect route, a good throw, and the defense, they had no answer for that right there.
Extra point now by Boswell. And that will tie our game here in the 3rd quarter. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it's DK Metcalf who finishes things off with a touchdown reception. Nothing separating these 2 sides. 24 all our score as he sends this one away. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Indy set to go on offense once more. We got a brand new ball game, all even after that last touchdown, so every drive now becoming a little more critical here in the 2nd half. Looking to put a drive together. A carry by Taylor to start the drive. Able to break through that initial contact and winds up getting about 3 there. It's 2nd down.
Well, you don't turn your nose up at a gain of 4, do you? They'll take that on 1st down. Playbook's got to be pretty well open on 2nd and 6.
From the 32-yard line now, here's a 2nd down and 6. They go to the ground again with Taylor. They find some open field here. And he's going to take this all the way down to the Steelers' 37-yard line. 140 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
Jones hit and the ball's out. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And that, Charles, you'd have to think a pretty avoidable mistake.
You're exactly right about that, partner, because it all comes down to covering up the football. Look, turnovers are going to happen. They're inevitable. But in a tie game in the 3rd quarter, those turnovers can change the tide of the ball game. And now it's up to their defense to try and bail them out. Got to take care of the rock.
Out comes the Steeler offense now, ready to see what they can do here. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. So good field position for the Steelers as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
Steelers, first down. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Right back to him on 1st down. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
Consecutive positive runs for him on the last 2 snaps. He certainly appears to be trying to put the offense on his back and just move them down the field when his number is called. The way he's running it, I'd keep going back to him.
Here now, 2nd and 4. On play action, Rodgers. And an off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And that is too far out in front of his intended target. Incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
Feeling like they're not quite in field goal range yet. They're going to go for it on 4th. Shotgun now for Rodgers. He'll try to do it himself. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs.
A 7-yard gain. That's good for a Steelers first down. 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
So a moment to catch our collective breath after the 4th down conversion. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Pittsburgh. All even as we get ready to start the 4th. Play action. Now it's Rodgers. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And it's 2nd down.
And there wasn't much room for the big tight end to do much after the catch. But at least he was able to pick up a solid gain to help his offense continue to move in the right direction.
Here's a 2nd and 5. Here's one. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. 5 yards on 1st down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on 2nd.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive could take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
They'd love to get a little closer if they need to kick the field goal on 4th down. From this spot, it's 46 yards. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Steelers first down. 1st and goal at the 4-yard line.
You have to ask the question, where was the help? Because it's a little surprising to me that he'd find that much room to run this close to the end zone. He doesn't quite get there, but he sets his guys up with a 1st and goal.
Now Rodgers. And it's caught. And in for the Steelers touchdown. 4 touchdown passes now for Aaron Rodgers. And the Steelers have broken this deadlock and have taken the lead here in the 4th. Well, down in this part of the field, CD, they'd love to get him the football, and right there, a little pitch and catch for the score.
Yeah, and he's such a weapon when it's that close to the end zone, and they love being able to rely on him to make those kind of catches. Talk about trust, talk about confidence, and he produces.
Boswell for the extra point. And they will take a 7-point lead now. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it was Jonnu Smith, the big tight end, who capped the drive with a touchdown reception. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. And now after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this 4th quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. We couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, 1-score game. 1st and 10 here. Off the play fake. Jones. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Jones. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
This offense so far on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. Back to throw. Jones. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he's on for the 5th time here today. Fair catch called for and made right at the 25-yard line. The Steelers offense and Aaron Rodgers getting set for their next drive. And he has been masterful so far in leading this offense. He's kept the mistakes to a minimum. He's been on point with his passes, and he's generally been one step ahead of this defense all game long. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. And that's caught inside the 30. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Calvin Austin with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Steelers use the big play to extend their 4th quarter lead.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Extra point now by Boswell. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Those are the kind of drives they like on offense, from the coordinator to the quarterback, the line, everybody. One play drive and into the end zone for 6. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again. And
frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest. Well, that's a defensive coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Jones. A short one there, caught by Warren. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46.
They went to their big body tight end on 2nd down in hopes that he could plow his way to a first down. But they were ready for him defensively and ended up holding him to a modest gain.
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. Jones keeping it on the sneak. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's good for a Colts first down. 1st and 10 at the 47.
And when all you want to do is keep your drive going, quarterback sneak's a great call, isn't it? Pick it up. Get a new set of downs.
And on 3rd down, usually you'd think 4th down quarterback sneak. There, though, it worked on 3rd. Running straight ahead, Taylor. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. It'll be a gain of 17 and an Indianapolis first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
It's been an excellent day for him running the football, no doubt, as he continues to soar well past 100 yards.
Yeah, it almost feels like he can just grab his briefcase and head home after putting in a full day's work at the office, doesn't it?
1st and 10, Taylor now. And a pretty little juke move there on a nice game.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
On 2nd and very short, Jones. And Pittman going to have a Colts first down as he'll get this down inside the 20. That one goes for 8 yards.
First down. An 8-yard pickup. First down, Indianapolis.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Back to throw. Jones. They'll get this off to Taylor. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And it'll be 2nd down.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there, because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held him to an okay game.
And the Colts are going to be set up with a 1st and goal as strong running gets them to the 9-yard line.
It's a gain of 8. And the Colts first down. 1st and goal.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. On the option right, it's Jones. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Looking to throw. Jones. Oh, he shifts past him. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. That time the completion goes for 4 yards, and we're set up with a 3rd and goal.
I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I thought late game, down on the scoreboard, had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
Yeah, so the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensive. And he takes it in for a Colts score. The sneak successful from a yard out. And the Colts have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. So how about that for an answer? They get the touchdown there, and it's back to a one-score game here in the 4th.
And that's what these guys have done all game long because they've scratched and slashed their way to stay in this game. And by now we should all realize they're not going away. Now the pressure again swings to their defense because they're going to need to find some way to get the ball back.
Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter.
31.
Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The Steelers ready to take over on offense. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Well, they may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a 1st down.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
This defense, Charles, they have unraveled here in the 4th.
In a sense, it's like they're being pressed like in a basketball game, and they just can't get the ball over half court. I mean, no matter what they do, they can't get off the field. They can't slow them down. They just go up and down the field against them. Yeah, unraveling would be a perfect word for them.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. I'm sure that's going to be the formula. Just keep the ball on the ground. Keep that clock moving.
And when you have the lead this late in the game, above all, stay in bounds. Yes, take care of the football. Yes, gain yardage, but stay in bounds and let that clock tick.
Throwing is Rodgers. And he finds Austin complete. That'll give him 8 that time. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot.
And we've seen him have success earlier on with the ball in his hands because he is a get it in space and make a play kind of a receiver. But that time, they closed on him quickly and held him to a short gain.
Rodgers with a keeper. And he will have a Steelers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
It's a gain of a yard.
I don't know about you, but I like this call. 3rd and inches, and instead of worrying about getting it back to a running back and maybe there's some penetration from the defensive front, just go ahead and take it, move forward, and pick up the 1st down.
And as we say often, shows confidence in your offensive line. Now a run with Warren. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
So with your team leading in the 4th quarter, you know you've got to run the football. They know you've got to run the football. Sometimes that means there's nowhere to run the football.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down. Rodgers now to throw. Catch is made by Metcalf. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Now from Colts territory, here's a first and 10 at the 35-yard line. They'll run it. Warren. And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. So here's a first and 10 now down inside the 20. That's a jet sweep into the hands of Metcalf. Now the Colts will use their third and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
Second and 12 at the 21-yard line.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's second and 12. Now a handoff up the middle. Warren. And the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They're facing a critical third down now as they try to hold on to this lead. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's fourth down.
When you run in the slant, timing is everything, and against that man coverage, there was no space available, and incompletion as a result.
So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. Boswell's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So his second field goal of the game, and that could turn out to be the big one.
Yeah, you have to make them score twice to beat you, and that's not impossible. But here in the fourth quarter, puts their backs clearly against the wall.
Chris Boswell.
After the successful field goal try, here's Boswell to send it away. And he takes this near the 25, just a little pass there, call it the 26. So Daniel Jones and the Colts down by 10, a little under a minute 50 remaining. They'll need a score here and also likely an onside kick recovery, but first things first. First and 10. Jones. A short one there, caught by Warren. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
Out of bounds at the 32-yard line. A 6-yard pickup brings up second and 4.
Now second and 4. Now Jones. They'll set up the screen to Taylor. And Taylor going to pick up the Colts first down as the tackle going to be made up at the 37.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
Here's Jones. Well, a tough throw there across his body. It's incomplete.
You get into these 2-minute drill situations, and you often got tired legs on the offensive line. But these defenders, they've been rotating in and out, and they're a little bit fresher and quicker. And the pressure there forced the incompletion.
They'll come up now on 2nd down. Jones. Finding Pittman. Yeah, he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down.
In this situation, the dictation is coming from the defense, right? They're going to tell you, you can have 6, 7 yards, do that all the way downfield. Let's just go ahead and take the time off the clock. I think they've got to start attacking vertically a lot more.
This definitely 4-down territory at this point, but a critical 3rd down here. This taken in by Downs. And he is going to have a Colts first down by about a yard as they find a way to convert there on 3rd down and 5.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
Jones pass complete to number 1, Josh Downs. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 46-yard line.
Well, this was a fun one today if you like points. A lot of them went on the board. Both offenses were clicking. Charles, these defenses, meanwhile, have a little something to clean up before their next contest.
Yeah, neither end zone had a stop sign in it, did they? I mean, for both sides, visit it, and with frequency. Not fun to be a defensive player, but on the offensive side of the ball, those guys had a blast. One team came away with a victory, even better for them.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Steelers earn the win at home as we say so long from Pittsburgh.